So today turned out to be an example of how quickly things can go very badly for people who are bipolar because I was okay for most of the day. I've been planning today for the past 2 weeks because I got when the library gives free museum tickets, and this Joan Crawford triple feature was playing at the Academy Museum. Because it's a museum, the library gives tickets. So I've been preparing myself mentally to sit in a theater and watch 3 movies from Joan Crawford. We were going to watch Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Straight Jacket, and Trog. I got through the first movie. We watched Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, and there was a short intermission. And my plan was just to go down the street a little bit to McDonald's, get some lunch, and then return to the theater. When I got to the McDonald's, I found out that the Wi-Fi does not connect to my phone. And since the Wi-Fi wouldn't connect, I couldn't log into the app to get my numbers that you need to order at the kiosk in order to get the deals or use any of the things that you have on your account. A lot of people would probably not think this was a big deal. They would just order and go about their day. But I had planned. It was scheduled. It was planned. I needed to use the app to use the deals for my funds to work, for me to get a meal. It was just, I'm aware it doesn't make sense. I'm fully aware that to somebody who is not inside my head, I am a crazy person. So the Wi-Fi exists, but it won't connect to my phone. And then I start walking around the building, trying to find a spot in the building where the Wi-Fi will connect. And there is no spot anywhere. About half an hour, I'm beginning to cry. I'm beginning to panic. I have one thing that I need to do, and it should be very simple, and I can't do it just because there's no Wi-Fi, and I only need the Wi-Fi for 5 seconds. I walk down the street looking for another business that might have free Wi-Fi, and everybody is locked up, and it starts in my brain, there's a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy. It's because we're in an affluent neighborhood, and they have the Wi-Fi all locked up because they don't want poor people using the apps. They don't want poor people to be in their neighborhood, so they lock it up. But when I'm even talking manically, this is a manic episode. I'm still in it. And once I started thinking that way, that it was a conspiracy, and that it was because we were in a rich neighborhood and they had that Wi-Fi locked up so that poor people can't use the deals, and then poor people will just avoid the stores in the area and everything, then I realized that I wasn't going to be able to continue with the movies because my mind was racing, and the only thing I could think about was this McDonald's conspiracy. And it's not even a real thing. It's just my brain, upon being derailed slightly, completely crashed out. And that was my mindset for half an hour walking around the building and down the street, and then another hour on the bus. It took the whole bus ride in order for me to calm down. And when I got home, I made myself a bologna sandwich, and I felt better just after having eaten. But even now, retelling, I'm starting to build myself back into a mania about it again, just, I know it's crazy. That doesn't make it feel any less real. I know these thoughts just came to my mind because something went wrong and my brain just started going crazy, and it takes a little bit for me to come back to reality sometimes. So I didn't manage to see but all three films. We'll have to wait for another time to get to see Straight Jacket and Trog, which I've heard they're not that great anyway. I think whatever happened to Baby Jane was the main attraction for the day. It just sucks that I wasn't able to stick it through because I was so prepared. Like, I was wearing my new green dress that everybody loves, and I was expecting it to get cold before I came back because it was going to be all day in the theater. So I had pants wrapped around my waist so that once I left the theater, I could change into pants before I went home. And I didn't even get a chance to do that because it stayed sunny and hot until I got out. There wasn't even time for the wardrobe change. Eyes hurt a little bit. Now I tell myself that I can do these things, and then something very, very small happens, and I'm reminded that I can't. I really can't just do normal things.